The simple past tense. First of all, let's study the differences between the two types of verbs. The first example, she broke her glasses. The structure of this sentence is the subject, the verb, the object. The verb is written in red. It's broke, which is conjugated in the simple past tense. The infinitive of this verb is to break, as you notice here. So to break, the infinitive, it becomes broke in the simple past tense. This type of verbs, we call it irregular verbs. Why irregular verbs? Because they change completely. Examples: the verb to have becomes had in the simple past. To cut becomes cut in the simple past. To do becomes did in the simple past. And to buy becomes bought. Let's move on now to the second type of verbs. They watched an horror film yesterday. Watched, it's a verb conjugated in the simple past tense. So as you notice, at the end of the verb, we have ed. The infinitive of this verb is to watch. The kind of this verb, we call it regular verbs. What do we mean by regular verbs? It means that the verb plus ed for all the verbs. Look at the examples. To ask becomes asked in the simple past, so we add ed at the end of the verb. To answer becomes answered. To finish becomes finished. To use becomes used. Let's study now the forms. The first one, affirmative one, Jack went to the cinema with his friends. The verb went in the simple past and its infinitive is the verb to go. The negative form, Jack did not go to the cinema with his friends. We write did not plus the verb in the infinitive without to. And the short form of did not is didn't. The interrogative form, did Jack go to the cinema with his friends? So we write did plus subject plus the verb. Then we complete the sentence plus the question mark. To answer this question, we have two ways. We call it short answers. The positive one, we say, yes, he did. And if it's a negative answer, we say, no, he didn't. Let's study the second examples. Anne and Julia climbed Tubqal mountain. So climbed, it's a regular verb and its infinitive, it's to climb. The negative one, Anne and Julia did not climb Tubqal mountain. So as you see, did not in the simple past plus the verb to climb in the infinitive. The interrogative form, did Anne and Julia climb Tubqal mountain? The answer with the positive one, yes, they did. The negative answer, no, they didn't. The usage of the simple past. Why we need to use the simple past tense? The first one, when actions happens and finished in the simple past. Example, I visited Berlin last week. The second use, series of completed actions in the past, or we can say habitual actions in the past. As you see in the example, first I got up, then I usually had my breakfast late. So here there is the use of adverbs of frequency, which indicate that something is repeated or habitual. The third use, signal words or time indicators like yesterday, last week, a month ago, in 2010, last year, etc. 4. We use the simple past tense to narrate the events in a story. As you see in the example, it was getting dark. I was walking down the road when I saw a strange man. So we need to use a simple past tense to talk about something, to narrate. The last use, to talk about an action that interrupted another action that was in progress in the simple past. So here we're talking about a long action interrupted by a short action. In the example, I was studying. It's a long action. When the electricity went off, it's a short action here.